Dog out in theaters now, new film starring Channing Tatum, also co-directed by him and based on his idea. The film was inspired by his own dog who was getting very old, and Tatum took him on one last road trip across the states before the dog died. The film extends that story in a pretty significant way. Tatum plays a veteran who is desperately trying to get back into war business, into war assignments. However, he was discharged from the army because of a brain injury, and the army doesn't want him back. A private military firm that he wants into also doesn't want to accept him either, unless he can provide a recommendation from his former officer. The officer agrees to do it on one condition. One of Tatum's comrades from the unit has died, and apart from being a soldier himself, he was also a dog handler, like a professional army dog kind of thing. The family requested that the dog be present at the funeral, which is a couple of days away in Arizona, but the dog is at a military base in Oregon, and nobody wants to take her as she's also become aggressive and difficult to handle. And if Tatum agrees to take the dog to Arizona by car and get there on time, he gets the recommendation. So the man and the dog get to go on the road trip, during which of course they bond and both help each other overcome and heal from the psychological and emotional wartime scars. Now, the film was marketed as a comedy, and I'd say that wasn't entirely accurate. It's more of a drama with strong comedic elements. They're there, but the primary theme is pretty serious, and it's healing from PTSD. Both the soldier and the dog are clearly scarred after their service, but their mutual company in time helps them find balance. There are some really touching moments in it. There are also a couple of pretty funny scenes. Also, for a movie that's about impact of war and PTSD, the film I thought was weirdly non-critical about the American army. In fact, there are moments which arguably glorify it in small ways. Tatum is pretty good in the role. I liked how as a character, he undergoes noticeable growth in the film, starting out basically as a selfish asshole and then realizing he can and should do better. The dog is also a wonderful performer. Now, a lot of the film's plot has already been spoiled by the trailers, but even if it wasn't, you can kind of see which beats it's going to cover during its runtime as it unfolds. So as a result, I thought there was little surprise in it, and so I never kind of engaged with it in a significant way. I wasn't on the edge of my seat because I totally expected everything that would happen. So for me, it was just kind of passable, but I don't think there's anything in it that I would necessarily remember for a long time. I would argue that it doesn't go as deep into the PTSD exploration as it perhaps could have. It lacked a really serious bite that could have improved my enjoyment of the movie. So I'll put it like this. For me, it's fine, but kind of average. It doesn't have any glaring flaws, but it isn't exceptional in any way either. If you really like dogs, I think you'll enjoy this. If you really like Channing Tatum, I think you'll enjoy this as well. Otherwise, you can skip it and not worry about missing something really exceptional.